chef and you're watching Cooking Average. Today we will be making pita bread. Pita? So this recipe, it's a lot of wait time, so here's what you're gonna need. So we'll insert, these are your ingredients.
Before this recipe, you're going to need 1.5 teaspoons of yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a cup of warm water to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of whole wheat flour, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil plus extra olive oil when you need it.
Cool. The first things first is you gotta get the water, but it has to be 110 degrees or the yeast will not react the way it needs to. If it's too hot, it screws it up. If it's too cold, it screws it up. I don't know, science, you tell me. So we gotta make sure it's 110 degrees. So let me get some actual warm water. This is not cold. Hello. Do you want to make bread? It's bread week. Okay. Now that you waited for your water to be 110 degrees because you didn't know how hot to make it or warm to make it, put that in your bowl. Salt, your sugar, and your yeast. We're gonna mix this up well. Now we're gonna cover this, let it sit for 10 minutes because you gotta wait for the yeast to get frothy. Yes, Joey, thank you for your entrance. Get out. So 10 minutes, let's cover it and wait. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, let's see what's going on in here. Alright, so now you're gonna add in your whole wheat flour, your all-purpose flour, and your olive oil. Part where you're going to knead it up, knead it, and yeah. You wanna make sure your dough is not hard or tough. So if it feels like it's a little hard or tough, like this is kind of feeling like it, you can add a little bit of olive oil to make it a little bit softer. So I'm gonna add in just a little bit. So yeah, keep your olive oil to the side because you might need to add some. Once you feel like you have once you feel like it's good enough, you're gonna cover it with plastic and we're gonna wait 1 hour because you want this to double in size. So see you in a bit. Okay, it's been 1 hour. Let's take a look. Oh, it's doubled in size, I think. Is it doubled? Alright, now it tells you to knock it out, I guess. Try me! Okay. Yee! 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 You're gonna need this again. We're actually gonna take it out now and knead it a little bit more. Right, so you're gonna take your dough, you're gonna cut these into equal balls, and then you're gonna roll them out. I believe this is supposed to be for 6, so we're gonna cut these into 6 balls, roll it, and then we're going to also roll it with a rolling pin into flat surfaces. This thing, you'll see. We'll get there. You're gonna roll these out to 6 inches wide and 1/4 inch thick, hopefully. Now you're gonna wait for 15 minutes to let these puff up, and then we're gonna start making them. And now that these have puffed up, we're gonna put them in our cast iron skillet. Don't touch the handle; it's gonna burn your hand. I've already got burnt the other day by a toaster oven, so I'm doing really great. So put the pita bread in. You're just gonna do it for a few seconds, flip it, and it's gonna puff up, and then we're gonna pat that. So you'll see. We made pita bread. Pita bread! I even confirmed with Danielle, who's actually had pita bread. I've never really had pita bread, and she said, yeah, it looks like pita bread. So that's all I need. Works for me. So let me see. I have a piece here. Go from the bottom where it's a little bit cooler. Also, I was gonna make hummus, but couldn't find some of the ingredients, so we are gonna make our own hummus here soon. But I'm gonna use some hummus to put with this. But you can do a lot of things with pita. You can cut it, you can fill it with stuff. You can make pita chips. There's a whole world of pita. But I'm gonna do like I've been watching The Great British Bake Off like too much. So let's see if it the inside of it. Ooh. I don't think it's that airy enough. Paul would not probably like this. But let's see if it tastes good. Tastes like bread. I'm gonna do some hummus with this. It's not as airy as like Paul would like.
It's not, there's no bubbles. There's no bubbles.
You didn't let it freeze down enough. Very good though, it tastes like bread.
It's very good.
That's pretty good with the hummus.
I'd like to make a little sandwich.
Yeah, you can.
This is really good.
So bread week, do I make it to the next week?
Huh?
Do I make it to next week?
Yeah, I'd say it's acceptable.
It's not top, it's not bottom. It's average. That's what I always do.
You're gonna have it.
Wow. All right, well, guys, hope you have fun making bread this week. All right, well, I got things to do. Me and Dozer have a game later, so see you guys.